This is just a supplemental video on the conversion of the Honda Insight Pack to Prius modules. I just want to clarify one thing. There'll be more videos coming to tell you how to finish all this up. I'm doing an inordinate amount of testing on these before I put my pack back together. That's why you all are waiting. I wanted to talk about one thing though, these PTC strips that I've talked about before. If you decide to put them in there, and that's your decision, not mine, these have a plastic covering on them, and I used a single edge razor blade and shaved it off of all of them. The reason I did it, which has no justifiable reason, just my opinion about why I did it, is because I'm putting them between these cells, and these cells are supposed to be clamped tightly together. I didn't want a lot of space between the cells. Now this is pretty thin. It doesn't really create any space or any issue, I think, if you shave the plastic off. If you don't shave the plastic off, they're quite a bit thicker, and that's why I shaved the plastic off. Now, why is the plastic on there? In the Honda Insight battery, you may or may not know that if you take the orange mylar off, it's just solid metal. That is actually conductive. It's the negative side of each D-cell battery, and you can actually test the voltage of each battery by, putting your probes on the outside of the batteries. Because it's conductive, they put a plastic covering on these because these are right up against the metal, and then the mylar's over top of them. So whether you do or don't take the plastic off the PTC strips, or even use the PT strips, if you do this conversion, totally up to you. There's no metal on the outside of the Prius battery, so there's no issue with it shorting. If the battery leaked electrolyte, well then it could short, but then again it would also short the metal container. It could be a liability question of, well, your honor, it shorted here first before it ever got down here, therefore it was caused by this, having the plastic shaved off of it. So, getting into all this legalese crap is why I don't build these batteries. But you'll just have to decide what you want to do there about taking the plastic off or not. Again, I did it to make sure it was as thin as possible, or even if you even use them. One other thing I would tell you about the Honda Insight round D-cell batteries is if you ever take the orange mylar off, do not put them back in the case. You may think that case is non-conductive, and it is for a little while, but eventually, through heat and other things, that plastic on that Honda Insight case becomes somewhat conductive, and then, because we have some batteries that are different voltage potentials pretty close together, it starts shorting and arcing, and your car burns to the ground. I can show you plenty of videos and pictures of cars that are burnt to the ground because somebody took the mylar off those D-cells and shoved them back in the case, not understanding that they just created a firebomb. Anyhow, the construction videos will start here again shortly, so just hang out. I've had a lot of requests to do this for people. I have no time to do this at all. I have a life. Okay. I found you can get the entire Honda battery from junkyards for $400. Has, your case if you don't have a case. Prius, 500, 750, 400, something like that. So assuming you have a Honda Insight battery, then you're looking at $400 to $700 for a Prius battery, the entire thing, and then you're good to go. If you're going to try and do it without, trashing your battery, your Honda Insight battery, you're probably going to have to cough up another $400. So you're into like $500 to $1,000 for stuff to get started, and then the actual work. If somebody was actually going to do this and try to mass produce these at his house factory, he could churn one of these out every 2 days or less. Okay, because it's just not that involved once you understand everything you have to do. But hang in there, the other videos will come up here shortly. I'm a perfectionist on these cells, and I've been doing a whole lot over on Prius chat with these, and we're close.